The 96-mile adventure through the mountains of the Highlands of Scotland has been a magical experience. Thank you for following this journey as we now reach the finale of the West Highland Way. Thank you for watching and enjoy the last section. And a good morning and a welcome to day 6 on the West Highland Way. First morning of cloud that we've experienced on the West Highland Way. It's looking more like Scotland today. You can see that on Gary's leg. He's been bitten by something and it's getting worse and worse by the day. We'll get infected soon. Leg amputation. So we do go to the highest point in elevation on today's hike. I think it takes us up a very small mountain to about 550 metres. So it's quite an uphill slog today. It's 9 miles, but it's not about the distance today, it's about the elevation, the terrain, and they've obviously, this section of the hike's been reduced in mileage for a reason. So I think it's one of the toughest parts. On the penultimate day of the West Highland Way, and I know my shin, I'm limping on it basically, so yeah, I'm sort of limping fast, if that makes sense. I think Gary has he's picked up a few blisters that he's hobbling on this morning, so we're now both injured. Welcome Charters to the injury party. It's taking him a while to catch up with me. So yeah, onwards and upwards today. One real last final push, and then we've got the next day tomorrow, which is a 15-mile flat route all the way to Fort William. Oh, what a time to start recording. There's a step funny in my shin. Live capture of a live injury. I was about to say, we're just going up the 550 metre climb now, including the Devil's Staircase, which is I think it's like a very steep climb. So we're heading up to the highest point now in the whole of the West Highland Way, and feeling good actually, apart from the niggles and pains. Feeling refreshed, feeling good, ready to burn some energy now. We had a good breakfast back at the hotel this morning, which is the hotel we camped up overnight very nearby the hotel, so we popped in for breakfast, fueled up, fully hydrated, so there's no excuse to push on. Got half a mountain to climb. Well, made the top.
That's good.
Went down this mountain now. We've walked for 84 miles so far. in these last 5.5 days. We've got 16 miles to go till Fort William. It's now midday, so we don't think we're going to push on and get it done today. We're going to stop off tonight in the next village and then get the rest done tomorrow. So 16 miles to go, 8 hours of walking. Feet starting to really hurt from the downward walk on the mountain, but hike is almost done. Those clouds didn't last long. Blue sky and sun once again. And now come to the last village before the finale. Can't remember what the place is called now, Kinloch something. And we've just had a lovely lunch. Now we're about to plough on the 15.5 mile section remaining. We're going to try and get about 5 miles of that done now. Do our last wild camp before a 10-mile finale into Fort William tomorrow. The route is very well signposted. There's just a couple of little spots here and there where you might just have to use your brain a bit, but most of it is very well signposted. You can't really go wrong too much. There are places to top up your water bottles, however they're not always that available, so always keep your water bottles topped up on every occasion that you can possibly take, because you might have to trek quite a few miles to the next.
Happy days now.
Well, that is where we were having lunch just about an hour ago. We've ploughed on, I'm not sure what the time is now, probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon roughly. So we're gonna push on. We're on the last section now, which takes you to Fort William. But we're just gonna get ahead of ourselves for tomorrow to give ourselves a little bit of an easier roll tomorrow. But yes, this is the last climb probably of the entire hike. We've had a lot of climbs on this hike. I did underestimate this hike massively. I'd done the South Downs a couple of years ago, and I thought, well, this is just another national trail, well signposted, very popular. I think it's the most popular national trail in the whole of Great Britain, so I thought, well, it can't be that difficult. But apparently my mate just told me that there's a lot of people posting videos saying this is why I failed the West Highland Way, so I think it might be quite a popular route for failure. And I can see exactly why. It's tough. It's not just like a path like going over the hills. This is like a lot of we're walking on mountains, like not necessarily up to the summits of them, but we're walking like halfway up them and then sort of traversing across a path. And we've been doing that most days. Loch Lomond was obviously a real tough trail. It didn't take you up, but it was really, really rocky. So we've had some real tough days on this hike, and this is probably the last climb. We're just going to push on a little bit further to our last wild camp spot. Who knows where that would be? We'll soon find out. Well, we have reached day 6, wild camp pitch. some old ruins there, and Charters is going to pitch up there, and I'm going to pitch up just in this little thing here, just off the track. This is the West Highland Way. That's where I'm pitching, in amongst the mountains, in amongst the sheep. No one anywhere near. Looks like I'm going to have a few guests sleeping with me this evening. I don't mind, guys, plenty of room for everybody. Morning and welcome to day 7, the last day of the West Highland Way. Oh, it hasn't started off any easier either. It's pumped up a massive hill, and I think every muscle's aching now in my groin. My shin's obviously been injured from day 2, day 3. Shoulders are hurting from the bags. Got a massive headache this morning as well. But pushing on today. The last day, struggling a bit now, fatigue, bit of tiredness because you're sleeping in a tent every day, and as wonderful as it is and refreshing as it is, you know, it's not your own bed, is it? So you're getting a good night's sleep, you're going to bed when the sun goes down, which is amazing, and waking up when the sun comes up, which is great for our circadian rhythm. Resetting our body clocks, that's how it should be. So we should wake up, we shouldn't have alarm clocks, but lying on an inflatable mattress, you know, with a jacket as your pillow, it builds up, and now it's just about pushing on to the end now. We've done about 90 miles, so we've got about 10 to go, but to be honest, the whole thing has been fantastic. And that's where we're heading in the distance there, in all those trees is Nevis Forest. We've got to navigate through there. We then, I think, get views of the Ben, and that takes us into Fort William. The Ben, the highest mountain in Great Britain, leading us home on the West Highland Way. Just 1 mile to go of the 96 miles of the West Highland Way.
Well, we had made it 96 miles through the mountains of the Highlands of Scotland, and the West Highland Way was completed. A very huge congratulations both to myself and to Gary on completing this adventure. The West Highland Way was a journey where we travelled together, man and man, on the trail, facing the ups, facing the downs, facing the injuries, but being presented with views that only the trail could provide us, with the beauty of nature solitude, waters, mountains, the elements, and of course, laughter between two friends out on the trail, enjoying company, enjoying challenge, triumph, and it really was an adventure I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. The West Highland Way is a popular trail, and I can truly understand why now. It was tough, it was beautiful, and it was challenging. But without challenge, there is no growth. And without growth, there is no life. So I encourage anyone to get out in nature and see for yourself views just like this. It really was freedom. It really was escape. It really was peace. It was an experience that will stay with me and has made me grow as a person in understanding that freedom can be in the moment. And sometimes the soul just needs a reset, to unplug, to refresh. And that is certainly what the mountains of Scotland provided me with. But for now, we say goodbye, and it's lights out from the West Highland Way.